Whether you think you can or can't, you are right. Can we see how important this is? Can you see like the shackles we put on ourselves and the limitations that hold us back? I want to share a story. When I was 17 years old, I was sitting around a table. Group of guys, good friends, they were family to me. Imagine this, basement, low ceiling, smoky room, playing cards, bad stuff in the background, gangster music playing, gangster rap, little NWA action. I was sitting there, and it's like I had this crazy epiphany, like, oh my God, I am not meant to be living this life. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And it was just like somebody had hit me with a lightning bolt, and I pushed myself away from that table. And I shared that with my friends. I go, I don't know, guys, like I just had this weird feeling, but like it's like I had this like epiphany, like I'm not supposed to be living the life that I'm presently living, making the choices I'm making, doing what I'm doing. And within that bolt of lightning, it was a feeling like I'm meant to do something important, something that makes this world a better place, something that serves people. That was like my epiphany at age 17. And you have to remember, I dropped out of school when I was 14. So here I am, 17 years old, grade 8 education. What do you think my friends said to me around that table? No way, man. You know who you are. This is our life. We're hood rats. We're not getting out of here. This Friday, I have the opportunity to speak to 200 teenagers that's essentially speaking to myself 25 years ago. And do you want to hear something, how crazy something is in the psychology of the mind? 25 years ago, I was them. And there's been a series of gang murders and things like this happening out in Abbotsford. And I'm connected to an organization called the Boys Club Network. And they help males, boys in high school falling through the cracks, falling into a world of crime, violence, drugs, gangs. A handful of them have been murdered. And you want to hear the craziest thing? One of my good friends who was murdered 23 years ago is being martyred by these 15 and 16-year-olds as some kind of saint. And they're aspiring to be him. That's how crazy our minds are. And they don't even know who this guy is. And I'm going to go and talk to them about the conversations that him and I had about how we were trying to get out of that life. When I heard that, I was like, are you kidding me? They're martyring him? That's how powerful our brains are. That's how much a belief can do to somebody. And they want to become that. Why? Because they think that's success. They're going to have less than a quarter-life crisis. Because if they don't change, they're going to spend the rest of their life in jail or dead, like most of my friends. So what does that mean for us? When I said what I said, why didn't they believe me? Question, not rhetorical. Why do you think they didn't believe me? This kid's rocking it. Woo! That's right, man. Because I've been living that life my entire life. So how on earth was something different going to happen? That's all they could see with their perceptual lenses. This morning I'm going to share the art of something. The art of connecting to people, the art of communication. The art of connecting with people is being able to see what they're focusing on. When I go to the playground, it takes a lot of parents to put their kid in an arm lock and about 30 minutes later to get the kids off the playground. I can do it in a few minutes when I'm successful. I'm not always successful. Because I'm able to connect with my 4-year-old. So throw some ways that you can connect with a person. Throw it out there. How can we connect with a person? Let's be really, really basic, okay? What's the easiest way I could connect with someone? Eye contact. Good. There's one. I could look in their eyes, okay? What? Complex, complex, complex. KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. It's a marketing principle. How can I connect with someone, okay? I can look into their eyes. You know what? Do you feel more connected to me now? Why? I'm focused on you, and I just tilted my head exactly the way your head's tilted. She didn't even know. That's how easy it is. Head tilt. Mirror their posture. Look in their eyes. Mirror their posture. You want to feel where they are within themselves? Copy their breathing. Okay? With some people I connect with, I'm like very subdued and very quiet because I'm matching their frequency. I'm matching their energy. Other people they're like vitalized. Hey, how's it going? Hug. Because I'm matching their energy. And I sit down, so how's life going? If I did that to a person like this, they'd be like, whoa. Yeah? Because when we can feel them, when we can see life through their lens, we can serve them. Does that make sense? When we see life through their lens, we can serve them. And then when that survival mechanism within their brain starts pointing the finger to the opportunity that you're presenting, you can understand. I played that video. By the way, both the videos I played today are on the Mind Mastery, if you haven't done it. So it's part of the Elysian program. When we understand where people are coming from, when we can feel where they're coming from, when we can authentically connect with them, we can serve them. When we can serve them, we can share something. I'm never about selling because I've never had a product or service that doesn't transform lives. And guess what? Every single one of you has a product, service, opportunity that transforms life. And you don't believe it? Lean into my certainty. Lean into our leadership team's certainty. Think of me when you're sitting across that other person and think, what would Dr. Sukhi do in this situation? That's what I've done my entire life. I've modeled people 10 steps ahead of me. And then I caught them. Then I'd find the next person, then the next person. What would so-and-so do? I have an intellectual board of governors. Most of them are dead. But I think, what would Gandhi do in this situation? What would Warren Buffett do in this situation? Develop that team so you can lean on them. In life, we have to connect with something bigger than ourselves so we can authentically serve. So when we can feel them, we can connect with them. When we can connect with them, we can then communicate with them. And here's the deal with communication. 99% of communication, my friends, has to do with a tennis match, and you're simply sitting there to return the ball back on their court, not seeing what kind of shot they're presenting you with. I've been around multiple products or services, retail model, direct selling, network marketing industry, and you know what 99% of them do? It's like amateur hour. They sit there and they read a script, and I start doing stupid stuff, and they're not even like connected to where I am within myself. I'm totally shut down. I'm like, dude's just reading a script, trying to sell me something, because they're not even connected to themselves. Are you connected to yourself? I know I'm a half-decent speaker. The reason why I'm a half-decent speaker is because I'm connected. and have daily rituals that connects me. Can we see the importance of the advanced awareness to be a crazy blow-it-up entrepreneur? It goes hand in hand, because when you believe it, you can see it, then you can feel it, then you can share it. Are you connected? Are you moving into that interaction connected to who you are? Are you in a place of gratitude, love, and acceptance within yourself? Because guess what? If you're not, they're going to think you're a slimy salesman. And guess what? You have a product that is not slimy. You've just created a disservice for them. How many people in this room are not an Elysian Sciences affiliate? Not. Okay, so a handful, right? So a lot of affiliates are in this room. And I'm simply sharing this to help you understand how to share so you can authentically serve, because we share because we care. We're not like my 4-year-old. You guys are smarter, right? Yeah. Please tell me you are. Share the ball. Yeah. I have something called value-based communication. Scripts do not work. Talking points do. Remember that. Scripts do not work. Talking points do. If you have a script, make an outline, memorize the outline, leave it at home. People can feel that. Rod, top 1%. Rod, how many times did you walk into a meeting with a script? Yeah, exactly. Didn't need a script because he was authentic. When you communicate with people by asking questions, who are they? What's important in their life? What's going awesome in their life? And then what's missing in their life? When you understand what's missing in your life, write this down. You understand what their void is. And when you understand what their void is, V-O-I-D, you understand what's missing. This is where they are. This is where they want to go. This is what's missing. Where do you show up? You insert yourself as a person that has the opportunity to get them closer to where you want to go. Works with every real, authentic, pure product or service. Especially something like this. This is why you never have to sell a single day in your life. What's important to them? What do they value most? Let me give you an example. I've seen people introduce a product or service to a high-level athlete, and they talked about fancy cars and fancy homes. Because that's what was important to the person sharing. But that athlete, they just wanted to be a better athlete. Do you understand what I'm saying? What's important to them? For some people, it might be a fancy home, a fancy car. For other people, it could be to restore their bacterial flora back in their GI because they have a weak immune system. Well, guess what? You could do that. Person might want a little extra cash so they can take their kids to Disneyland. Guess what you're going to talk about? Somebody has brain fog, they're fatigued at 3 p.m. What are you going to talk about there? Do you understand why scripts don't work? Understand what's important to people, what they value, what's most important. Position yourself, because these products and this system with Cognifit, the advanced awareness, are you kidding me? Bulletproof. Bulletproof. The future. How many people in this room do not have a dentist? 1, 2, 3, 4. Handful of people. How many people in this room have never seen a dentist? 0. Why has everyone in this room seen a dentist? Because in the 1950s, toothpaste companies went on a mass marketing campaign and taught people the importance of dental hygiene. Dentists rode the coattails of these large advertisements, and now everyone understands the importance of dental hygiene. You don't question it. Eventually you end up in the dentist's office or a dental hygienist's office. The next big thing not in healthcare, in life, is brain nervous system optimization. We have the opportunity to share the future right now. But because people don't know what it is, a brain nootropic, what's this, what's that, we have to understand who they authentically are, where they are within themselves in their life. And when we understand those things and what's important to them, they naturally have an affinity. And guess what else? Do they want to start in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? You've connected with them so authentically. And because you're in a place of connection, love, and acceptance in your heart, they feel that. They're like, man, I'm so excited. When can I start? That's what happens. That's been happening to all the people I've mentored over the past decade. It's absolutely insane. You don't even have to get to there is no close. They're excited. Where do I sign? What do I do? They're pumped. They're ready to go. Let's talk about money for a minute. You'll say, well, some people say they can't afford it. Write this down. Money becomes an issue in the absence of value. Money becomes an issue in the absence of value. So what's the remedy when someone has an issue with how much something costs? Add more value. So what do? We go back to the top. First, we connect with ourselves. Then we connect with them. Eye contact, posture, breathing, being authentic. And if you truly want to serve somebody, just know this is an art that takes practice. I began this process and learning this process on my own 16 years ago. And 16 years ago, I royally sucked. Truth be told, I royally sucked. It's like my product and service, it was like 2 out of 10 people, 1 out of 10 people were interested in it. And I have a product or service that transforms lives. Don't get me wrong, this isn't salesman stuff. It's about authentically transforming people's lives. Now, it's closer to about 98%. Because I listen. It's not a tennis match. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Listen. Take it in. Be with them. They're sharing with you. You're having a holy moment with another human being. Objections only arise because you have not seen things through their lens. What did I talk about this morning? You cannot see what they're focused on, so you don't know what it means to them, and that's why they're choosing that behavior. The 3 things that impact every decision in everyone's life, every moment of every single day. So we have the opportunity to serve people. Connection, communication, and the natural progression is to see the transformation that ensues. When I shared this morning and I talked about people being in survival and wearing this hat and people taking the leap of faith, because that's really what it is. There's nothing that you can show in that moment that's going to be like, I get it 100%, I'm 100% in. There's always going to be a part of their survival brain that says, I don't know about this. But that's just human nature. But you know what we do? We take a step back and say, oh man, I don't know if I'm very good at this. Man, this is just really hard. I just can't see this happening. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Every interaction in life, nothing to do with you. Those kids that want to stay in the playground every extra 45 minutes, skip dinner, has nothing to do with the parent. The parent makes it about them. Why? Advanced awareness. They haven't looked at their baggage and looked at their stuff. When you look at your stuff doesn't come up, and you can be clear and authentically connect, communicate, serve people, and see the transformations that ensue as a result of the product or service you're actually placing in front of them. Does this make sense? What's another way we can connect with a human being? Yeah, through body language. Give me another way. Eye contact, awesome. How about authentically understanding who they are and delving into that conversation? How about communing with what they want to talk about? How about being that person that they're requiring in their life to serve them? Are they lonely? Well, guess what? They don't have to be lonely anymore. You could text them every single day. Do they need someone to go for coffee with? You could be that person. It doesn't have to be every day, but you could be that person. A little bit of love goes a long way. And it's something that our world needs so much more of. We need so much more connection. All the principles and ideas that we talk about at Elysian Sciences, the world needs more of. And make no mistake, people need this. We don't need them. The world needs this. Because in the end, we're standing over here looking back at our life. It's not about the money we made, the house we're in, the car we drive. It's about the legacy that we've left in the hearts and minds of all those people that have crossed our paths. And in the end, it's about how you feel about love and connection right here. Thank you.